The device we have chosen for our optical video presentation is the fluorescent light bulb. How did these fluorescent lights come to be? Well, during the 19th century, there were two German inventors by the names of Henry Geisler and Julius Plucker. They made one of the earliest lamps by removing the air from a tube and passing an electric current through it, creating light. This was the Geisler tube. However, the invention did not become popular until 1 century later, when researchers needed a way to improve a light's efficiency. The basis of the Geisler tube was the basis for fluorescent lights today. Another inventor, Peter Cooper Hewitt, made lamps this time by passing an electric current through mercury vapor and adding a ballast, which is a device that is connected to the light and regulates the electric current. This was one of the first prototypes of fluorescent lights today. These lights made a blue-green light that most people do not want in residential applications. Nowadays, the lights are used in photographic studios or for industrial purposes. In the article, History of Electric Lighting, Marty Goodman says, quote, "Folks then figured that if they coated the inside of the light bulb with a fluorescent chemical, one that absorbed UV light and re-radiated that energy as visible light, they could make an efficient light source." The first fluorescent light patent was made by Friedrich Mayer, Hans Spanner, and Edmund Germer in 1927. This was a high-pressure vapor lamp, allowing for more light with less heat. The GE fluorescent light pioneers were the first to introduce the lamp as a patent. For housing applications in 1976, Edward Hammer at General Electric discovered how to bend the fluorescent tube into a spiral shape. However, this invention was discarded as the machinery to produce the lights were too expensive, resulting in a high consumer price. CFLs are adaptable in many applications because some of its manufacturers produce CFLs that can be used, quote, with dimmer switches and in three-way lamps, and many CFL bulbs can be used outdoors as long as the fixture is closed, end quote. This adaptability makes fluorescent lights popular in the marketplace and convinces more consumers to buy it. So CFLs are clearly environmentally friendly for lighting purposes. However, do buying CFLs make economic sense? Well, although CFLs are initially more expensive than incandescent light bulbs or LEDs, they are better in the long run from current market conditions. In an experiment conducted by the Simple Dollar, all three were compared with the CFLs announced as the best bargain. The results are as follows. The cost of a 60-watt incandescent light bulb for a lifespan of 30,000 hours is roughly $187.82. The total cost of a 13-watt CFL bulb over a 30,000-hour lifespan is $43.65. The total cost for a 7.5-watt LED light bulb for a lifespan of 30,000 hours is $144.49. Trent Ham of the Simple Dollar says, quote, "Clearly, given the current market conditions, CFLs are the best bargain at the moment for our home lighting needs."
The fluorescent light bulb is full of mercury vapor, and when electricity is sent through the tube, the mercury gas produces ultraviolet light. The phosphor coating on the inner surface of the light tubing absorbs the ultraviolet light, allowing immediate emission of visible light. Fluorescent lights are beneficial in terms of helping create less greenhouse gas because a lot of the electricity used for home lighting is manufactured by power plants, which use coal, and much of the electricity they create is directed to homes. By using fluorescent lights, less electricity is used because they require less energy to produce light. Since less energy is used, the light takes less electricity from the power grid. This in turn causes less coal to be burned, and the outcome is less greenhouse gas being produced. CFLs are hazardous to the environment because of the mercury they contain. If a bulb containing mercury breaks and isn't properly disposed, it can run into waterways and seep into the soil. This mercury can end up in the food chain because if the fish live in contaminated water and carry mercury, whoever consumes them will be intaking mercury also. Considering the fact that fish are an important part of many meals, mercury poisoning poses a huge threat for that group of people.
If a CFL breaks, there are proper disposal guidelines set for how to dispose the bulb. Also, it is a fact that fluorescent lights use and dispose less mercury combined compared to that which is emitted into the environment when coal is burned to produce enough electricity to provide the energy required for incandescent bulbs to work. They are cheaper in the long run and they cause less greenhouse gases. The benefits that CFLs offer to the environment and economy outnumber the potential threats they have. If safely disposed, they are an excellent source of light.